Hello everyone, today I have a video on the Hate and its Incarnon. The Hate is a scythe used by the Stalker and it's quite an iconic weapon. And I have a pretty simple pure heat build for the weapon where you could potentially put out millions of damage. Now for the evolutions for the Incarnon, well first I should explain that to reach the Incarnon form, you gotta first get 6x combo and then heavy attack to activate its Incarnon form. And in its Incarnon form, you get increased stat boost, plus forward and neutral combos will embed explosive blades. Evolution 2, I have Swordsman's Flourish, where it increases base damage by 30, and with a melee weapon equipped, you get 100% combo count chance. Now, as you're equipping the Hate, that's a melee weapon, you're going to get it no matter what. Now for Evolution 3, I have Orokin Reach for increased range, plus 0.8. And for the final evolution, I have Absolute Dominion, where it'll increase space status chance by 20%. Now for the build on the weapon itself, I have Reaping Spiral for the stance, and the stance is important here as I'll be using Melee Afflictions, where enemies affected by status effects gain 6 additional stacks when they're knocked down or flung by melee attacks here. And if you look at the combo of Reaping Spiral, for Eternal Nocturne, the first part of the move, when you press your melee attack, you do a 400% attack, plus it knocks them up, so it will proc Melee Afflictions right away. And for the actual Molten build itself, I have Molten Impact for heat, Condition Overload for melee damage per status type, Blood Rush for critical chance, stacking with the combo multiplier, Weeping Wounds for status chance per combo multiplier, Volcanic Edge for a bit more heat and status chance, Galvanized Steel to give critical chance and critical damage all in one mod, and an important mod here is Burning Hate, where when hate damages enemies inflicted by heat status, they become more vulnerable to status damage, which is pretty big. And the final mod here is Galvanized Elementalist, which will increase status damage by a bunch, and on melee kill you gain status chance, which stacks up with kills. Now for the stats on the weapon itself. Now before I get into the demonstrations, I'd really appreciate if you drop a like or subscribe, as that would help me out a lot. Thank you. The enemies I'll be testing against here is 20 corrupted heavy gunners with the Steel Path modifier on at any level 160. Now for the demonstration itself, first I'll show you how it does even without Incarnon form. As you can see, a 2 million damage proc there. First attack, you knock them up, they get a bunch of heat status, and they just completely burn to death too. He also has pretty high slash too, so he'll be getting heat and slash, so I mean, as you can see here, even without its Incarnon form activated, it's doing nasty amounts of damage. Now to activate the Incarnon form. As you can see, that's pretty great damage. I don't even have my combo stacked up for Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush, but it just one-taps enemy with a single knock-up. Now I'll show it again here. Just one attack, and watch as they just burn to death. I mean, it's a pretty nasty weapon, super strong. Simple to use too, to get millions of damage. You just walk up and attack once and they just burn to death. Burn and bleed out. And just for the frenzies to end it all off. Bonk. They all die. Right, that's about it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and get Hate and its Incarnon, as it's a very, very strong weapon. Pretty fun and simple to use to completely crush any Steel Path enemies. Thank you for watching and goodbye.